Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. You must have heard that Patek Philippe was discontinuing the time and date Nautilus, the famous, or unfortunately we should say now, infamous 5711. While it might be replaced by an upgraded version, and while the complication Nautilus models remain in the catalog for now, it has been said that Thierry Stern, the captain of the Patek ship, isn't fond of the Nautilus. And while I doubt that his feelings are that clear-cut, I am sure that the irrational prices and all that it entails must irritate him to no end. So here I want to explain why that is likely the case and why the 5711 hurts the brand at this point, in my view. Point number one is that Patek does not want to be the one-trick pony that AP has become. Having said that, we must acknowledge that in the 70s, Patek did copy AP's flagship release to catch some of the windfall of its success. Let's not forget that everything mechanical was in bad shape after the quartz crisis, so anything that would bring customers back to classic watchmaking was fair game. But the Nautilus was never meant to be a flagship, I believe. It was meant to be the bacon you add in the omelette, the eggs being the dress watches, the grand complications, and complications or calatravas. The Nautilus and Aquanaut completed the brand's lineup to offer customers a weekend or holiday watch that could withstand a few knocks and splashes. The current demand for the Nautilus almost overshadows the core of the brand and is therefore detrimental. The customer Patek wants is not the one whose first watch is going to be a steel sports model, similarly to Lange, who only sells its Odysseus to established clients. On that same note, and perhaps the most crucial reason why Thierry Stern dislikes the hype around the model is that his watches are meant to be bought at an AD, sometimes by application, kept on the wrist or the bank safe of the customer and passed on to the next generation as per the famous ad. The first words that you associate now with the 5711 are, it is trading at, and then some indecent price. A Patek is not meant to be traded like a Bitcoin. It is not meant to be passed on from this guy to that guy in a room looking like this to end up on the wrist of this guy so he can impress those guys. Which takes us to the next argument. I love Rolex, but when I wear it, it kind of wears me. Its presence is noticed. A Patek Philippe is meant to be noticed by connoisseurs, not Joe Douchebag, junior FX sales trader at Morgan Stanley. It's a watch purchased by people who have arrived, not those working hard at getting noticed. And the 5711 has become that by way of Instagram hype and online dealers pushing up prices in an exponential fashion. It's unbecoming to wear Patek to be noticed, and the 5711, and in fact the whole sports range from Patek, has become that sort of watch. Soon enough, the brand will go the AP route and be associated with hip-hop figures and Instagram posers. Sure, this hype puts the brand in the mind of people, and perhaps many first adopters will look for the next thing and likely go back to the core of Patek and get a chronograph or a 5270p and such. I'm sure that Thierry Stern likes the Nautilus in itself, but he must rein it in because it is not the Nautilus that has made Patek Philippe. It is Patek Philippe that made the Nautilus.